afternoon, Mason Nation. It's Wednesday, April 29th, and welcome back to Mason Cable News. I'm Ashley Hill.
And I'm Desmond Jordan.
We recently received a flash flood warning via our cell phones, and it'll be lasting until roughly 8:15. I just want to make sure that everybody knows to keep a watch out for either the warnings or the flood watches, because it has been raining quite a bit today.
Definitely. Had to walk through some puddles just to get here.
Well, on another note, this is in fact our final broadcast for spring 2014. We will be doing another episode, but it will be our best of episode, which would be...
It would be pretty great,
yeah,
like you said.
I think so.
But yeah, speaking of our final broadcast, finals in general, finals week is next week, so I hope all of you are studying, getting those good grades. GPA is pretty important here now we're in college. So just be mindful of that. Don't do anything crazy this weekend. Just have a nice study session.
What I noticed is that even though school year isn't completely over yet, Mason is already planning changes for next year.
Yeah. And speaking of changes, around campus, the apparent construction that you see is of the changes. So on-campus construction is the only construction being done in the area. The Mason community is building in excitement for the University Mall renovations and additions to the directory for this year. A new Italian-influenced restaurant will be added to the list, as well as a dentistry for children business. These are the only two confirmed additions to the University Mall, despite the apparent visual renovations being done to the exterior of the premises. University Mall sits on 19 acres and has been in operation for over 37 years. With Fairfax County's approval to redevelop the property in 2012, construction commenced and the mall's plan has since received the Best of Braddock Award. New shops, restaurants, a larger giant food grocery store, and renovated seating areas for outside pleasure are in the works. University Mall is now standing behind the slogan, "A colorful past, a rosy future." We're about to blossom into something completely different. For more information regarding the plans and the artist depictions of the future renovations, visit universitymallfairfax.com.
I'm really excited for these renovations because I'm sick of going to Giant and having to drive around telephone poles right in the middle of the parking lot.
Yeah, just definitely check out the website. It has all the artist depictions of it. It looks pretty neat.
Oh, I can't wait. Well, something is buzzing in the air, and I'm not talking about the new buzz Burt's Bees chapstick is creating. I'm talking about the Cabreras Bees. That's right. This month, Angel and Beth Cabrera welcomed nearly 60,000 bees into their home. Not actually into their home, but right beside the Matthew house in a wooded area with a nice stream. How does this First Lady feel about all her new house guests? Well, Beth Cabrera is quoted saying that she loves Mason's Honeybees initiative. She was concerned when she first heard of the disappearance of bees and is now personally thrilled to be involved in a project that promotes their preservation. She goes on to say that this initiative is wonderful for Mason because it creates a positive contribution in so many areas. It educates students about beekeeping, sustainability, entrepreneurship, and as well as raises awareness for the community. The Cabreras received useful tips for caring for their bees, such as not to wear dark colors and how to behave around them. Fiona Davies says the best advice that she has for people is to be calm around bees and to move slowly because they won't feel threatened, which results in their gentle nature. Hives are popping up all over Mason community, as Cabreras have 4, 20 more are located in other spread out locations, and a few more will be added to Provost Peter Storn's home.
So how do you feel about bees?
Personally, I don't want to keep one as a pet right now or anything, but if I did have a lot of land, I would absolutely love to aid in their preservation. Absolutely, yes.
They're one of my biggest fears.
They are?
Yeah, bees always kind of get me, but that's really great that they're doing something sustainable for the community.
Absolutely.
So personally, there has been an unfortunate passing down of the Alzheimer's disease through my family's generations. Currently, my grandfather is suffering from this illness. More than 5 million people live with this disease, and around 60% of the victims are said to eventually wander off by themselves. This starts a search party, and in some cases, the individual's body is found. Nevertheless, a breakthrough has been underway. It is called Smart Soul, and is essentially a GPS installed in shoes. George Mason professor Andrew Carl co-developed this innovative product as a means to provide a safer, secure life for Alzheimer's patients and their loved ones. Carl is the founding director of the Program in Senior Housing Administration here at Mason, delving deeper into his field of work through this invention. The GPS insoles will cost $250. The online tracking system will cost the user between $10 and $30. Carl believes cost should not play a factor in the decision of purchasing this product, as a family member's life is priceless itself. The patient and his or her family receive security, confidence, and a worry-less mind.
That is absolutely wonderful. My grandfather also suffered from Alzheimer's, and we worried about it. My grandmother would always tell us stories about how she'd be at Walmart, and then he would start to walk away, and she was like, "Hey, come." So that really could have saved.
That sounds very familiar with our family's dealing with now. So that's a really great invention, and already here in our Mason community.
Students interested in pursuing a profession in the health department will want to attend a health careers panel this Friday between 12 to 2 in Sub 1, room 3402. This is a widespread opportunity that goes beyond just nursing. Those aiming to be pathologists, medical technologists, physician's assistants, biomedical engineers, counselors, and so forth will find this event very much helpful for your career path. Not only will professionals from those respective fields be here, but also George Mason alumni who've since gone on to work or at least intern in their career choices will be joining the panel. Again, this is Friday in Sub 1, room 3402 between 12 and 2 p.m.
Well, I'll be sure to check that out. Definitely. Sounds interesting. We'll be right back after the following commercial break.
Welcome to a special edition of the First Pick. Reed, Jonah, it was a pleasure having you on the show today. Appreciate it. I'm Ben Simpson on the phone today. We have Drew. How are you doing today, Drew? I mean, your baseball. Kind of what made you decide to write a book about them?
You know, it wasn't my...
You're out in Maryland, right?
I am. I used to work with George Mason people that way.
To promote the book as much as possible. We're here around campus.
Thanks, dude.
All right, have a great one. You will read. Jonah, it was a pleasure having you on the show today. Appreciate it. You're listening to WGMU Radio on WGMUradio.com.
And now for your event rundown.
The annual Mason Film Festival will be this Friday from 3 to 5 at the JC Cinema.
On that note, 2 hours later, the Office of Student Involvement will be having a showing of the Lego Movie for those interested.
And not to go overboard, but the Fab Senior Thesis Film Showcase will be Saturday also at the JC Cinema from 2 to 4 p.m.
Now on to Tyler with sports.
Good afternoon, Mason Nation. I'm Tyler Byram, your host for today's Mason Cable Sports Report. This week highlighted numerous Mason Patriots receiving awards from the EIVA and also the Atlantic 10 Conference. Starting off with the men's volleyball team coming off their season-ending loss in the EIVA tournament, Radislav Popov was named to the EIVA Championship All-Tournament team for his 15 kills in the 4-set match against Penn State. The league also announced the EIVA All-Academic team with Mason senior Dave Lucas and junior Hunter Stevens making the grade. 3 members of the Mason's men's tennis team were named to the All-Conference teams this week. Senior Jimmy Davis made the 12-person first-team All-Conference, with Joe Hill and James Lange making the second-team All-Atlantic 10. In track and field, the leader in the Atlantic 10, Patriot Mandissa Marshall, was named to the Atlantic 10 Performer of the Week award after finishing third in the Penn relays with a 4.3-meter jump. This weekend, Marshall and the rest of the track and field team will travel to the University of Massachusetts for the Atlantic 10 Outdoor Championships. Tyler Zombro on the Mason baseball team received the Atlantic 10 Rookie of the Week award after his performance on Friday against St. Louis. Zombro came in relief at the top of the 9th and pitched 5 straight scoreless innings en route to Mason's 2-1 victory. This weekend, the team travels to the University of Massachusetts for a 3-game series as Mason tries to remain at the top of the standings. Joining the rest of the athletics department in Massachusetts is the Mason softball team as they face the Minutewomen in a doubleheader on Saturday. In order to make the postseason, the team will need to win both games against UMass and hope for Fordham to defeat Dayton in 2 games this weekend. Finally, the women's rowing team will take part in the Atlantic 10 Championship on Sunday morning in Occoquan. We wish the team, as well as all the other athletes taking part in games this week, the best of luck. Until next time, I'm Tyler Byram. See you next time, Mason.
Thank you, Tyler.
Now for your tweets of the day. So, it would be nice if GMU had any type of hot water because I just took the coldest shower ever. And that was from Cassidy.
I actually have never had that problem so far.
No?
No.
Yeah, we both live in Dominion, so
Oh, that's true.
I think hot water isn't too much of a problem there.
No, it's really not, which is strange because it is one of the oldest buildings, but I've honestly never had the problem, which I'm so grateful for.
Yes. Good.
And here's our second tweet. It's from Caleb Carter. Welcome to George Mason University, where innovation apparently means we can't have drainage on campus. Yeah.
That's definitely a reference to the flood warnings we have.
Absolutely. I walked through, it was probably like 3 inches deep. It was this huge puddle.
And apparently President's Park has it even worse, so we feel sorry for you guys.
Well, I think that's all we have for today. Thank you for joining us on our final broadcast of spring 2014. I hope you have a wonderful summer and see you next year.